How come you know your zodiac sign, but you don't know the four fundamental forces in physics? Why is it that you're sure you know what your love language is, right? But you have no idea how natural selection works. Militarily, no country can stand up to the United States because US is the only one. We have 11 aircraft carrier groups. We have thousands, I think maybe not thousands, but maybe close to 1,000 stealth aircraft. Maybe more than I'd have to go look at. If you look at all the F-35s,
Probably 20,
F-22s,
200 times more than the next closest country, more than
yeah,
likely.
exactly. That's exactly right. Well, no, we're selling 100 F-35s to the UK, I believe. So they're going to have some stealth aircraft. We have air refueling capability. We own the GPS space. We own the night vision space. The U.S. military owns the night. From a military standpoint, no country is going to be able to stand up to the United States of America. We spend more on defense than all the other countries in the world combined. So what is the actual attack on America? The actual attack on America is the 5 love languages. The actual attack on America is trauma release. The actual attack on America is Deepak Chopra and Joe Dispenza saying that what they're doing is quantum physics.
Pop psychology.
Yeah, exactly. That's the actual attack on America. That's actually where America is losing. I have respect for them as speakers, but unfortunately, Deepak Chopra does not understand what quantum mechanics is, and he's misusing that term because it's a fun term to use. If you guys want to understand what I'm talking about, look up Dr. Dave teaches science. He has one where he talks about mysticism. He debunks mysticism, and he goes into exactly this is what quantum mechanics is, and these are people misusing this term in order to try to sell books. So that's the actual attack on America, is to make America uneducated. And that's what if you want to talk about a PSYOP that's done a really great job, that's the one that's done the best job. It's allowed for things to flourish like flat Earth. The flat Earth theory comes because of a lack of an educated populace. And so that's where these things exist, right? That's where these things come from. And it just the numerous conspiracy theories. Once you don't have a basis in science to grasp onto, you can just believe anything. And now everything is possible. And then what happens is you don't have any evidence behind your belief about the reptiles that live under Antarctica, or the nanobots that are in the vaccines, or the fact that we didn't land on the moon, or the fact there is no moon and that the earth is flat. You don't have any basis to prove those things. And now here's the next step, Nicholas. Now you become radicalized into that belief. And now anyone who believes that we landed on the moon is an idiot and should be stopped, maybe even physically injured because of their belief that they have. Does that make sense? Ivermectin, apparently, I mean, you have a basic understanding of medical physiology. You understand when somebody gets have you ever seen the guy who gets the flu and orders the Z-Pack? You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, the Z-Pack is antibiotic. You have a virus.
A virus. Yeah.
Yeah, but
different types of.
But Nicholas, 98% of the population doesn't understand what you just said. The difference between a virus and a bacteria. They don't even know that a virus is part of the human, and that a bacteria has its own set of its own DNA, right? So when the president comes out and says ivermectin is going to cure a virus, and you're like, wait a second, that's an antiparasitic. Why would that cure a virus? That doesn't make any sense. Now, CNN went way further and like, oh, it's a horse dewormer. No, it's an antiparasitic. It does work in human beings to kill parasites. But it didn't make any sense to me how ivermectin was going to cure a virus. And sure enough, once the studies were done 2 or 3 years later, we found that ivermectin does not cure COVID at all, has no effect. But when you said that on some YouTube channel, people bashed you because you were hiding the conspiracy that the medical community didn't want to know. No, the thing is, here's the real conspiracy. Why weren't you educated on the difference between an antiviral, an antibiotic, and an antiparasitic? Why don't you know the difference? Why? It's crazy. How come you know your zodiac sign, but you don't know the 4 fundamental forces in physics? Why is it that you're sure you know what your love language is, right? But you have no idea how natural selection works? Why is that okay? Does that make sense? Nicholas,
think evolution is like Pokemon, like they evolve from
they think
this to that.
Yeah, exactly. And the other part is I did this. I really like you to watch the episode we did last night where we asked these girls these different sociological questions, and most of them got it wrong. People, when you ask Americans, 36% of America is Hispanic, 41% is Black, and like 40% is white. Like, of course, those numbers don't add up to 100. It makes no sense whatsoever. They think 20% of America is Jewish and another 20% is Muslim. Like, it's crazy. And of course, the answer are it's 12% Black, 17% Hispanic, and about 59% white. 1% of the population is Muslim, right? And 3% of the 2% of the population is Jewish. They don't get that though. They think that because of what they see on TV, they think that the answers are something different, but they don't understand basic sociology. They believe what they want to believe. instead of what the actual truth is. And when the truth does not fit with their narrative, they become more radicalized. That's called not being rational. One of the main tenets of my program, Men of Action, is to become more rational, not less rational. My girlfriend has a problem with it too, because whenever there's a problem, like she gets histrionic about the problem, and then Michael solves the problem. How come you never have any emotion? No, I have emotion just like you do. Your emotions, though, at a 10, and mine's at an 8. But the way I express this is the example I like to use. The concept of love, loving your family and loving your country. Those men who stormed Normandy, and I always forget the year, if it was 43 or 44. I forget. 44. Those men who stormed the beaches of Normandy, did they love their country? What do you think? They got mowed down by those machine gun turrets. Do you think they love their country?
Let's say most, half maybe. Or another were there because of draft.
In 44 was there a draft? I'm not to go to that. I'm not sure. I think those are the bravest men who ever lived.
Definitely brave. That's definite.
I think they love their country, and I think they expressed their love for their family and protecting their family. And the way they expressed it was through action. I think you express love through action. You don't express love through histrionics. A lot of times, if you're in a relationship with someone who's kind of toxic, they're going to expect you to express love through, I'm going to slip my wrist if you don't come back here. That histrionics is how they express love. Whereas people who are very successful and very rational, they express love through actions. You had a problem and I fixed the problem. Mm-hmm. That's how they show love. We have children. I made sure that my children were provided for and that they went to college and that they were safe and healthy. That's how I express love as a father, that you express love through action. Whereas other people need this display of histrionics in order to display love. And that's just not rational.